It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Great, set. No touch.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Gets around him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Great, set. No touch.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
No touch, set. No touch.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Great, set. No touch.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
No touch, set. No touch.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Great, set. No touch.
Up the middle with Barkley. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
No touch.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Ready. Ring it. Hut.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Set. Go.
Michelle. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
3rd and 5.
Let's go. Ready.
Throwing Buechele. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Dragon 60.
They're going to try and throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's Buechele to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Buechele looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Running for it. Here's Cook. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Let's go now.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
70 Lions.
Play action, Buechele. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Go! Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Set up. Ready.
Off the play fake. Here's Bouchel. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't
use the play I never did, guys. That's why I say don't use plays you never do.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop. But that winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Great, set.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Shoves him away. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw again. This is caught inside the 15. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Cook up the gut. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Ready.
One of the tight ends comes in motion.
Check go.
And they go play action with Buechele. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Reggie Gilliam, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They'll try and throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Again, it's Barkley. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. He's back to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Well, you need your best play here, no doubt. 4th down and 8. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to
is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start, and off we go from the link. Tyler Scott from his end zone. And a solid one back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Set. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Williams going to throw on the first play. He's going to run it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Let's go now.
First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. Running room hard to come by as he'll get
Set.
ahead
Temple. Set.
for a
Let's
yard.
go.
Cole Bishop
Bravo 80.
to make the play.
Ready.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. He'll try and the ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He finds the big tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to work this down
Now,
inside
faster.
the 45.
Cowboy 80. Unlock line.
Swift gets it from the pistol. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards.
Hustle.
It was Rasul Douglas that time to end the
Viking
play.
18. Hut, hut.
Off play action. Here's Williams. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes.
Come on.
The
Set.
more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
No chance at all. He'll go down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
They'll go underneath to Komet on the screen. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4.
On the ball now. 60
Bingo.
Eagles.
3rd
60
down.
Eagles.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down.
Ready. Set go.
Throwing is Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is... Nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. On fourth down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Bears will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
You can't teach speed. And a guy like this is just a nightmare for these linebackers. He's got a running
Here we
start
go,
at
Shaq.
them.
Panther
You have no
60,
idea which
Panther
way he's going to
60.
go, and he ends up just running right by you.
Quick throw on the RPO, caught by Coleman out wide. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Ready.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll look to throw again. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Lion. Here we go. Ready.
That one intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the double.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from
18
the 24.
Cardinal. Set.
This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And stretching it out toward the sideline, but the defense gets to him. He'll be taken down for a loss.
60 by 6. 60 by 19. Target. Ready.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Now he'll run it. And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the 1st down. On 1st down there, gain of 14 yards.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Williams. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime.
Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Go.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Open man, that's Rome Odunze.
Let's go.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Matt Milano. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Go! Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman.
Ready, break!
A good spot here, second and a yard.
Ready, Bronco 80. Ready.
Now, faking the give. And over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Sack. Get up.
We're going to get this outside. This could be a double pass. The throw is going to be caught. And it works to perfection. A double pass leading to a run into the end zone.
70
for a
Timberwolves.
touchdown.
Let's go. Hut, hut.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful. So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for
Here we
first
go,
and
set.
10.
Ready.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway.
On the set.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a second and 9.
Ready. Cowboy 80. Viking 18. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Check out.
They'll look to throw. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Third down and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
The tight end Kincaid in motion.
Hut.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, that's Coleman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Set.
motion, Shakir.
Go!
They'll look to throw yet again. They'll set up a screen to Cook. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
Let's go now. Lion. Ready.
Back to the air one more time. Look wide. Get this one complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Get up.
On the ground, this is James Cook. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Got it. Ready?
Here's second and 2.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Hut, hut.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for, and it's going to bring up a third down.
19 Tiger. Come on, come on. Set.
The tight end Kincaid in motion.
Ready.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That's over the middle, taken in by Cooper.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw. He'll find his running back Cook. And the Bills are looking at a 1st and goal. He's taken down at the 2-yard line.
Set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here.
Let's go.
Down and goal. In motion, Shakir.
Ready, ready.
This one caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80. Set go.
This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their
That's what a
lead.
lot of players like to do. 99% players like RPOs. Huh?
Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries. The size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create. Man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
I bet I beat you in a shooter too.
This returnable from the 4.
I'm just as good.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. start the drive.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And good.
Still trying to run the ball. Like I said, I don't trash talk and I don't troll. I never said any of my opponents sucked or was trash in my entire Madden career or gaming career, 23 plus years.
And he's going to be brought down.
But that's how players are.
Hustle.
They'll tell you that.
All three timeouts
Cowboy 80.
plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10.
Three points given up in right now 7.5 quarters. And you wonder why. Nobody sucks. Nobody's trash. They're lazy.
Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield,
On the ready.
I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Another try, 2nd and 10.
Ready. Mustang 19. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. This one down the field for Everett. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been
Warriors,
off.
70.
And whether it's missing these
Here we
big
go,
shots
here we go.
downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Rogue Odunze, the one he was looking for. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there's a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up.
Like I said, even right there, lazy.
Get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And away we go at the link. This will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take. What is it?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to it. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive run, you really break the back of the defense.
Yeah, he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackle made by Cole Bishop.
Here we go, 46.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah! Here we go! Wait, take! Ready, take! Wait, take!
They're getting on the fullback drive power for it. And he's...
Come on, bro. I'm not trying to try here. I don't try in these games. Undefeated in tournaments. I could have done way more to stop that.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, and they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
4th and 3, drive on the line.
Yeah! Here we go, 46. 46. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. And they won't do it. So that ball's incomplete on 4th down.
Try to do me dirty with that play, huh? Like I said, 99.9% of players. Lazy. I really thought he did that to run the ball. I really thought he was trying to be a you-know-what. But he's a you-know-what the other way. We don't trash talk, and we don't troll.
Markers reset. Ball at the 37.
Let's go now. Get up.
First out of the game for James Cook. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
All right, set now. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Set. Ready.
2nd and 10 now. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems
That's
like
right, accept those penalties. I won't. You need to.
You want to be an official someday, Kate?
Maybe.
Yeah, because he nailed that one.
Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down.
Viking 18. Six the Eagle.
Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. After that prior
See the shit that everybody's willing to do? No.
They'll try and throw it here. He's going to push one deep down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive. Taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series.
Here we go!
You don't want to make it any
We're going
harder
to
to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
What do you think?
First down, here's that. Looking right, and he finds it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
We're going to 54. Why? What do you think?
They give it to him again. And this didn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. It's only a gain of one. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing third and long.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up
Here
the
we
front
go.
and
Hey,
opening the door
Kill.
for a gap in the future.
What do you think?
Prescott now on third down. He put everything he had into this one. And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final play of the opening quarter. Cowboys punting it away here on
Oh, look at him
fourth. It's a
fucking. He
long
really
time
does want to win these
back line
games.
He sends this away, and this is going to be a field flipper. And the punt team hurries down, and they're going to stop this one at the 10-yard line.
Ready?
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Ready? Panther 60. Panther 60. 70 Lion.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule.
Ready,
That
set.
kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for
Set.
second down. And third and short in your back pocket.
Set,
And get
go.
even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will
Let's
set
go.
up that critical play action for later.
Hey, smash. Hut.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it up to the 27. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
The drive picks up here, first and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Go.
Now looking to throw. This will be caught by Cooper. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ford Reed, Bubba.
Pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length.
Sadly, the only player with more than 2 reads. The only ones are former players. I'm not a former player or coach.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Bills pushing for a score before the break. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
First and 10, looking to throw. He's got this complete to James Cook. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a
It's still early right now, but I'm telling you, you're not the only one. You're not going to see my offense. Nobody does.
Second and 6 now. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted.
On
It's
the
not
jump.
just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air.
Here we go, here we
When you get
go.
running backs that can
70
attack
range,
the middle of the
70
field
range.
like that, man, is it difficult on the
Hut, hut.
defense.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's
Ready,
hard
ready.
to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've
60
got to
by
get the
6,
explosive
60
chunk.
by 6.
You got to get the big play. He'll throw to the outside. It gets the job done. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ready up.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
19 Sargon. Set. Ready, ready.
They go in play action. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that. I tell players, without them, lag switch me. Top 5 things that are no-nos. Don't lag switch me. Don't celebrate and make it obvious. Don't talk and make it obvious. Don't audible constantly because I won't let you set and beat you for a big player touchdown. And forgot the other one.
Let's go now.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Cougar 19. Set go.
He's dropping back to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Buffalo. And now the Bills offense staying.
I don't celebrate, but I do earn the right. You guys don't because I go through my reads. I do everything right pre-snap. I'm still not reading the entire defense like I do in tournament, or go through my, or do my blocking adjustments much. But I earn the right more than you.
19 Lion. Hut.
He's throwing for it. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
Guys, this is basically 0 points given up in 2.5 games. If he does not score in this first half, it'll be 3 points given up in 2.5 games. So that is 10 quarters of football if he doesn't score. You wonder why, right? Because I'm playing just a little smart. I don't like to try. I like to go quick. I don't like to read my opponent's personnel. It's not that I don't like to. It's just that that's how it happens. But what am I doing? Do what I do in tournaments defensively. I'll never do what these players do. Fag D, user rush, quarters 3D, press, cover 2 man, press with Fag D underneath. Show cover 0, but not be in cover 0. You know, like I said, look at that. Worried about the rush, didn't look where he was throwing. I never worry about the rush. Why?
Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked up.
Like I said, not trying in these games, but just playing a little smart. Do I need to run the ball? No. Do I need a scheme? Never used a scheme in 23 years playing online, or never put a game in 23 years playing online. But they think I'm trash talking and they think I'm trolling. I'm undefeated in tournaments because I played with a punter at quarterback for 2 years.
Go.
Play action on first down.
I have experience playing with a third string quarterback, so I know about that. And we all know about that, right, guys?
He can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust.
Yeah, I don't really care.
These QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation.
We don't try in these games. We're not trying to win these games.
Back from the break. I'm Kate Scott.
Do you really think I'd be trying to win games if I'm playing with... Yeah, of course I'm trying to win. I'm not trying anything to win. I'm trying like 20%. If me reading my opponent's personnel from the play call screen on defense is trying like a lot, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't, you're going to get your ass beat. But if you do, you'll have a chance. It doesn't mean you're going to stop them. You still got to put the defenses out there. Still got to take the time. Read the down and distance. Study your opponent's tendencies. I'm not doing that. Alright, but I say every single Madden player, 99.9%. Run the ball, play action, scheme, RPO, screen, levels, mesh, drive. Me? You see a crosser every single play? No. Nope. Does that hurt me? Sure it does. Sure it does. I also don't use seam passes. That's the first one. And I still don't call that a seam pass. I don't use seam passes ever, only if my opponent spams it. Spams it, and then I'll use it to tie or win. And I rarely use posts, comebacks, throws, outs, and corners. People would talk to you and tell you almost like that's the whole, like, Madden, what are you talking about? That's like every route in the game. There's one comeback. One seam pass attempt. I'm not even going to call that a seam pass attempt. You can call it. Hey, I'll call it. All right. Let's say it is a seam pass. One. Sure, he hasn't used one, but I'm talking about the players who do. Do I use seam passes in tournament games? You bet your ass I will. Will I spam them? No. Will I go to them even if I know it's open pre-snap? No. Do I need to? No. Is there more than one way to beat every defense? Yes. Do I play lazy in tournaments? No. That could have been fourth down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that.
Okay.
It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released.
I was going to go to the flats, but I said, I got enough time.
We were growing up in the backyard to call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator.
That's not even that bad, guys. Like I said, I faced two tryhards of the century. Orders 3 deep and pressed, cover 2 man and pressed, showed cover 0 and wasn't in it, that type of shit. I don't do that. Not even tournaments did I do that. Bad play call right here. Let's see. This play looks good in theory because of the routes that are on the play, but there is the element of being lazy, so that's why I don't like it. And that's what I meant right there. And that's why I said what I said. If I just stare down that route and it's not open, guess what? What? Right? Or let's say I'm not looking for his user. He uses somebody out of the D line, or he uses somebody to cover a possible out. Maybe he feels like it's coming. Right? Then what? Turnover and down. Pick 6. Right? That's called lazy. If I would have done that, that would have been called laziness. I tell my opponents when I play lazy, when I try to get freebies, when I put bunch out there. I don't even put bunch out there anymore because almost every player knows players use bunch to get those verticals. 3 releases. Now he's in a base defense. What does that mean? What did I tell you guys what that means? When that's a base defense, they're trying to bring a heavy. They're trying to either stop the run, but are we running the ball? No. What does that mean? That means they're trying to get us either with a disguise or with pressure. That's why you read every single defensive formation in practice. So you read the secondary, possible secondary, the shell, safeties, leverages, techniques, the corners, depths, all that. I never threw it so quick that it turned into a shovel pass, only in practice for you guys. But that's beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. I do shit like that in practice because it's beautiful. I love when it works. First time that like worked in the game from that play. Why do I not like this play? Well, read the front. They're not in a, you know. Whenever you have pullers on the play, it's just like rather not, like I say, like every single player wants low risk, high reward plays, right? But if you read the front, just don't use the play. You know what I mean? I mean, what is it worth getting 1 or 2 yards? And what? Okay, so what's the alternative? Let's say you get 1 or 2 yards at most. What's the alternative? Maybe you get lucky and they fuck up with your user and you score a touchdown. But that's like 1 or 2 times out of 10, right? What's the alternative? You get shut down. You get quarterback doesn't even hand the ball off. They get sacked, fumble. You don't even run the ball, brother. And I love to, but I'm a master at running the ball. I think you're you know what if you're doing these games. So. In tournaments, I'll just run it enough to make the defense play honest, so I get them out of their looks. Don't let them get into their looks. You know, down in distance, blah blah blah. People think I'm trash talking. I'm talking like this whether I'm down 60 or up 60. So that's called loyalty. Loyalty to the game. It's not about results. It's how you get them. Believe me, I've been on both sides, up 60 and down 60. I lost the game 110 or 115 to 30 something back in Madden 07, Madden 08, or Madden 09. Because I played on my friend's Xbox. Didn't even know how to play on the Xbox. But I played because he had to be somewhere, pick up his sister, and was like, oh, make yourself at home, play on my Xbox, do whatever you want. I'll be back in like half an hour, or whatever. Okay, whatever, I'm bored, I'm going to play. I love Madden, right? I mean, did it matter? It was my friend's Xbox. At worst, it showed up on his, record, not mine. But, like I said, back in the day, I cared about everything. I cared about, just like my average now is around 35 yards carry, rushing. That's how it is. That's how it was back then. I averaged maybe 4 to 6 carries a game. Look, they're going with the tight formations. What? You know what? You know what they want. Let's see if they're hot running anything. They're not hot running anything. Okay, no. Run, play action here. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's gonna be. I mean, if he's gonna quit, that's gonna be what? 0 points in 3 games. 3 points in 3 games. So on defense, I average 1 point per game given up the last 3 games. And you wonder why? I'm not throwing pick sixes out here. I'm not playing stupid, getting turnover on downs. No pick sixes. I'm matching up defensively. Right? I'm matching up defensively. You'd be surprised what happens when you read your opponent's personnel on the play call screen. You'd be surprised.
Especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in.
And then you read, whether you read it from the play call screen or not, you read a formation like tight. All right, I'll go cover 1. I'll go cover 2 man. I'll go cover 6. I'll go cover 3 match. Another one. 1 corner out. So 1 seam pass attempt. Maybe 2 corners. Right, no meta. Didn't just run the ball most of the game. Didn't use a scheme. No screens. I probably had at least one because I do try to get at least audible to a jailbreak screen at least once or twice a game. Not because, for trying to win the game, but just because they're so pretty. When they work the synchronicity. Okay, no. See, I love that type of shit. I love running the ball. Why? Because the offensive line play, how they play, how you get your single block blacks, you get your single blocks, your pullers, your double team blocks, your where your backside pursuit is, front side pursuit is, where what the possible shell is, the coverage is. You know what you're reading your opponent's user. You've seen them playing aggressively. Okay, check into another run. You've seen them back out. Okay, go to a drag go to a draw or something. At this point, I know he's probably just playing just to get a touchdown. And he'll try to rub that in my face as if I was trying to shut players down with this 3-game win streak. But players are prideful. Go to a seam pass or a post right here. You have a big play or a touchdown. Nobody's going to tell you that. God damn. Just did what I said. But does that mean I'm good on defense? No, you can do the same exact shit. Match up. Know from practice. Okay, go on practice. Pick these same formations on offense. Put a random defense in practice and see, okay. Go on replay as soon as the play's over. Okay, what was that? That looked like quarters. Okay, quarters shuts this down. Okay, that was cover 6. Cover 6 shuts this down. Cover 6 invert, I wouldn't suggest using cover 6 invert because players are and they could just have a seam on their play, not even read the defense or know it's a cover 6 invert and beat it with it because of a seam pass, right? And that's the harsh reality of the Madden community. That no matter what play call they pick on defense, they don't even have to read defense, right? They don't even have to read it. They go, one high, two high, seam, post, corner. Okay. Throw to whichever one's open. That easy all game long. And then have crossers underneath. That easy. Let's slip in runs every now and then. Crossers, seam, post, corner. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. Right? That's all you need. That's all you need.
Signaling for their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
You could say I bully bullies. I just faced a player two games ago, called himself the GOAT. He scored literally, what was it, 3 points or 0? I don't remember which one scored 3 or whatever. Oh, he scored 0, so I won 8-0, and he's still trash talking. I said, goat my ass, right? Goat my ass, goat my fat ass. And what did he say? Oh, yeah, you only had 1 touchdown all game, so yeah, 1 touchdown, my ass, for me, right?
They're going to throw it on third and long. He's on the move. Skips it short of his man. That brings up fourth down.
Even if he caught that, guys. Oh, look at that, 4th down. Didn't even know. Well, what happens when you talk? I don't talk in tournaments. Well, you shouldn't be talking. Don't care about these games. Too late to let him come back. Shit, I used to let players come back. I'd literally tell them, put hard flats on there and I'll throw pick sixes on purpose. Or I'll literally run back and fumble the ball. Let them come back. And then let them get free kick returns for a touchdown. And let them come back. But I'm tired of that shit. Unless they earned it a little bit? No. They didn't even earn nothing. Not even the 0 points they got. They didn't even earn nothing. They should have negative points right now. If that was the thing. So you deserve that shit. For that, putting that out there. Like I said, nobody sucks, nobody's trash. There's just too much laziness going on. The ones who got by against me, playing all the games where I'm playing on undercover. literally both on offense and defense. Right? I could pick a play and say I just pick a play and run it on offense. But you see me reading the defense. You see me taking the time. You see me hot running shit. You see me audibling the other plays. You see me doing my blocking adjustments in crucial situations. You see me checking run or pass or go to a screen or keep a screen. You see me do that shit. Right? So that's fun. I could pick a play and do all that. But if I'm going to pick a play on offense, not read the defense at every level, not hot route anything, not do my blocking adjustments, you guys see what I'm talking about. But it's always like, oh, excuses when I lose badly. But when I do everything right or half-ass it, I'm half-assing it and I'm winning 26-0. I was going to say I do that. I go with backstory. You try one earlier in the game. Or that might have been the last play. I think it was the last play. I could sit and cover 3 match all game long, but, you know, like I said, I'm not lazy. What I mean is other players, if other players see that you're not beating their defense, it could be various cover 2s. It could be cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters. They could mix in cover 4. They could mix in, cover 6s. They could mix in match defenses, blah, blah, you know.
Here we go! Here we go! Kill! What do you think?
Get it. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. Look at that. You gonna throw, buddy? No, that mic was on all day. He didn't say one word, but I don't hear them anyway because I knew every single play. Oh no, wait, that's right. He did talk. As soon as we got matched up, I saw the mic going in and out. Forgot about that. But I was saying, hey, buddy, you wanted that shout-out, huh? Sorry. And they'll act like they actually earned that. But, like I said, a win's a win, baby. The only thing that I respect from players is that they never quit. I have players quit right now with 25 seconds. I had players quit with 1 second left in the game. Like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously. We're rolling in. Oh, I don't even have the op. That's fucked up. I don't even have the option to put a regular return. Because I tell you what, I always did regular returns against onside kicks. They rarely got it. So now you're forced to do an onside kick return? That's fucked up. Yep, let's see. What did I say? Look at that. That ain't happening if I got a regular return. Not happening. Don't play cover zeros. Don't play cover 3 match right here. You'll be fine. Be smart. Put yourself in drop coverages, but be smart with the safeties. If you're going to put drop coverages out there, what do you think I do then? Why do you think I give up the run? Because I put drop coverages and try to manually back shoulder. I told you I could play like that every single play, right? I can do what other players do, run a stretch every single play, and then if it's not there, audible to an RPO. If it's not there, go to a screen. If it's not there, right? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Never use the scheme. Oh, I forgot. I knew it wasn't a double pass, and when I hiked the ball, I thought it was a double pass based off how the play looks. Like, that's how my mind is. When I lose 26-6, I usually tell players, oh, you could have had more. You could have had more. But laziness, right? Laziness. Well, I didn't want to score. You had the balls. I say you had the balls to trash the game. Don't stop now. Right? That's what players do right here. That's what players do. There's a philosophy is they can't cover everything at every level, right? That's their philosophy. He, once again, like I said, didn't see one play out of my favorites list. Not one. But usually I'm losing because I go to the first page of coaching suggestions and then I'll stay in recents and not even know that. Not even know. I gotta play for cover 0. I gotta play for cover 3, cover 2.
Looking for a throw here. He connects downfield on 4. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
It's like I don't want to score. I'm not. But then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, because you probably can't. You probably can't." Like I said, because I didn't go to my favorites list. Let's see. Let me go to a play. Players use this since the beginning of time, and then since the beginning of time. Oh, I got lucky. Bad throw. Oh, look at that. The next one. Maybe I'll give the floor to players who was winning earlier to see if what they said in the game was positive. All I ever do is tell players what kind of player I am and shine light on what kind of player 99.9% of players are, what they resort to. So it's never personal. No one sucks. No one's trash. Like I said, there's just too much laziness. I half-assed it, but I half-assed it the right way. I tell players, I don't care how you play, just add 1 or 2 more reads in your progression and add reading the defense 1 or 2 more levels. It could be 1 more. Either way, it's still easy. And do your blocking adjustments. That way you won't get got. Have a plan of attack, backup plans, and do your blocking adjustments. This would never have happened. I guess 3 games is usually it for me. I mean, I'm not on a scale 1 to 10. When it comes 10 being like not in the mood, and I don't know. If 10 was being in the mood, I'm probably like a 3.5 out of 10 right now. That's kind of like, or you could say maybe it could be 3.5 to like 5.5 around there. So it's kind of like either way, kind of like. But I know I'm gonna play. I always play multiple times a day. So, but I'm just not. Maybe I mean, I tried the last 3 games a little bit, and you see what happened. Not only did I win all 3 games, but I gave up only 11 points in the last 3 games total. Meaning, one game I gave up 3 points, one game was 0 points, and this game got lucky. He got lucky. He threw it up, tried to pick it off, got lucky somehow, went through my hands, and he caught it in the end zone. It was a deep shot too. Um, so wow. So you're talking about what, 3.5? Yeah, three and a half like points per game I gave up. Shit. And how did that happen? Like I said, reading their personnel from the play call screen. So if they say like, you know, I don't remember if they tell you the formation. Yeah, they do tell you the formation. So if they're in gun tight, regardless of what I see, so I'll see gun tight, right? And I'll just have a picture of mine. Okay, cover 3 match, and that's literally from practice. It's like it's like I have down so easily defensively from so much practice. It's like, okay, cover 3 match does a good job against tight, does a good job against bunch. And the reason, I mean, it's cover 3 bunch. It's cover 3 match, so it plays like man coverage. They drop back and then they play man coverage. Not exactly a drop defense, but they match up, man principles or whatever. So, you know, basically, I think it helps to not allow too many freebies, meaning like too many guys being wide open as soon as players hike the ball, stuff like that. Like, I believe it does a good job. I may not be, I'm not sure. So if it's tight, you can still put certain man coverages out there, like cover 2 man with the safeties over the top. But like if I feel corner routes coming, like, you know what I mean? Because tight formations, you got bench, you got corners there, you got outs. It's like it's still tough to defend in man coverage. So I'll put cover 3 match. I'll take a risk and go cover 6, um, or go with those cover 3 blitzes that have a safety playing the throw flat at times. And so basically, defensively, you want to match up. You want to take your chances. You want to have like your short down defenses. You want to have your short down defenses. You want to have certain blitzes. So mix up like double safety blitzes, cover 0 blitzes, um, nickel blitzes to stop the run or to get to the quarterback, outside blitzes to get to the quarterback, like to confuse them and hurry up the reads to throw it somewhere. And then just studying your opponent's tendencies and see like, okay, do they like to go to a lot of screens? They like a lot of screens. They like a lot of RPOs. Maybe this is a game where we mix it up with cover 2 and man coverage, because man coverage and cover 2 will stop, crossers underneath and RPOs and screens, because it brings them, down in the box more, um, stuff like that. And then it's taking your chances, like I said, with those deep zone blitzes where they can, like I said, they can pick any play that has a seam pass and just hit that wide open, just read the seam pass, one route, and just beat your defense without reading the defense. So you could be taking a risk of putting a defense that doesn't cover the seam, but covers everything else, and they just read the seam first, not knowing that the seam's open and hit it, boom, touchdown, big play. So that's why I hate players. Hate is a strong word, but the game is where it is because of them. It does not matter what my opponent picks on defense. It does, because I'm not looking for seams. I'm not looking for corners. It's very rare, and it's only like in crucial situations. Them, not only are they using it for crucial situations, they're doing first down, second down, third down, fourth down. They're trying to spam it to try to whoop that ass. Right? So I have a problem with that. It's like, having an overpowered weapon and just, killing people. Have it like being untouchable, right? And then they have the audacity to call himself the GOAT, call himself, I'm him, I'm that, I'm the best, blah blah blah. And what are you doing? You're using like a cheap tactic in the game. Okay. And look, I gave up. Oh, sorry, 6 points. So that's 9 points given up total in the last 3 games. So that is 3 points given up a game on average. That's fine. Like I said, it wouldn't matter. A win's a win. The only thing that I feel good about is knowing, like, okay, so if I do everything right mentally, read their play call from the play call screen, it's very hard for me because I'm tempted to just go quick. I mean, look at these games right here. The game I lost, the last 5 games, was by 1 point. And they basically, what happened was, and I'm learning from that game too, because for example, the legend, right? My name is Legend Killer 05, but the legend, I was winning, and they had like 20 seconds left, and no timeouts or one timeout. I'm not sure, but I wasn't in quarters 3 deep, and the reason for that isn't because I'm trying to like troll like other players and say, oh, you won't beat me. I don't need to put quarters 3 deep out there. And basically, I had 2 deep safeties. I backed out because when I use quarters 3 deep, players are looking for quarters 3 deep. If they have enough time, they're getting freebies, drags, posts, seams, you know, and then maybe there's corners, crossers that can be wide open for yak, then there's screens, then they can still run the ball. So there's a lot of options against quarters 3 deep. So I want to take that possibility away and see if I can't just go certain other defenses that are not going to, one, give them the time in the pocket, two, give them those free releases they're looking for, make it easy, you know. So basically where they would get a couple plays, like a big run or a screen or something down the middle, and then get in field goal range to take a Hail Mary shot or something. So try doing that. And one thing I forgot about from years ago was that whenever you're in man coverage, um, and they are, so let's say you're a nickel or dime, because I was like in dime defense. Whenever you're in man coverage, it does not matter if it's like cover 2 man, does not matter if it's cover 1 man. Man coverage against 4 or 5 wide, even though you have like the safeties or corners like matching up, first of all, if you have that, the 4 wide, you better go at least quarters man, because if you go nickel or dime man, you're putting a safety on a slot wide receiver, so that when they run verticals, cover 2 man, basically the safety split. So anything like from a slot receiver down the middle on like a streak route or whatever is going to split both the safeties. Plus, it's going to beat the safety covering them in man. So they're basically like a faster linebacker at that point. So that's why that happens. The other reason is because they won't be perfectly aligned from each other, so they'll be in man, but they'll basically get beat because they're already out of position. And one thing I didn't want to do was press being out of position, because if you press being out of position, then they can hot route something like a vertical route outside, and then they can easily beat that press from man and still kind of fit it in, kind of like a hole shot between the corner and safety. So it's kind of like, fuck, no matter what you do, like you're just, in that situation, that just sucks. So I try to learn from the CPU, from my opponent online, and that's one thing I'm going to remember on defense, and that's one thing if I'm in the same situation and my opponent doesn't go quarters 3 deep, I will do that myself too. So there's things that my opponents do that are smart that I will use. I lose the game by 1 point because of that. So as you can see right here, 9 points given up total. So you could say 19 points given up total in the last 4 games. So now what would that be? 19? That basically would be like 4.9 points a game. If I do my easy math here, 19 divided by 4, 4.75 points. I mean, like I said, the only reason I care about that is because I'm seeing like what happens when you do read their personnel and you have enough practice. Like I said, you just pick a play on offense. If you don't know how to stop a play defensively, you pick the play on offense, and you could. I would just suggest you play on defense. Don't do anything on the defense, like use her on the D line. Don't use her on linebacker, safety, or corner because they'll get beat, whatever. Just stay on the D line. Don't try to use a rush or nothing because it's going to speed up the quarterback. Because then if you don't use a rush, you'll see the real, how they really execute that play. Or I would say maybe even put um, don't rush anybody to actually see how the quarterbacks go through their read based off that play. So let's say you don't know how to stop bunch. Okay, my thing would be like they like to. The other thing defensively too is that they like to basically read one side of the field. Okay, so let's say I'll go and practice and I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. Let's say they want to read the right side of the field and they want to stare stuff down. They really want to look for the vertical routes on the right side from bunch, and you bring in a blitz that's basically going to take that away and make them basically hold on to it, and then you get a sack in there, right? So you need to play a blitz that's basically going to be left unblocked or make it hard for the whole offensive line to block everybody long enough. So I call it anatomy of a play. Um, so I'll put the Bills. And the other reason why I say user put the controller on the defense because um, you're going to have your custom playbook. So because if you went on offense, you're only going to see the defense's playbook stopped it and not your playbook. So even though most playbooks will have the same coverages, use your defensive playbook and see which play out of your playbook stopped whatever play. So, for example, I like to go by concept sometimes to find certain blitzes real quick. So there's zone blitz 3. Usually it's just for blitzes it's if it's cover 2 blitz it's zone blitz 2 deep, zone blitz 3 deep for cover 3, cover 4s. Don't use it's just usually 2, 3, and man blitzes. Obviously, and then you have your double man, but weird double man. The only time you're really going to be able to double the man is if they're on like 3 wide receivers. And then if they're 3 by 1, it's too noticeable because if you read the safety 3 wide receiver side and literally go on a line with them. I mean, it's good if you can like disguise that somehow to make it curious about that. So you give them the look that you're doubling somebody on there, and then you bring in you audible out of it and bring a blitz or something. Maybe that would be one thing. I don't know. But then they're probably just gonna go to something to the other side, or still would beat it anyway. All right, did I actually pick a play? No, I didn't. Okay, so gun bunch. I don't think I really have gun bunch I'm sure I have gun bunch verticals, but not like gun bunch quads. I'm not sure. I took away certain easy shit. Oh, so this is when you do go on defense, you are going to face their offense, and when you go on offense, you're going to face computer's defense. So when you're on defense, they're not going to use your custom playbook, and when you're on offense, you're not going to face their your defensive playbook. So, gotta remember that. But players will use a play like verts wide receiver seam, right? So let's say, okay, this is gun split wide receiver backfield. So it's a 2-back set. And you just ask yourself, okay, what coverage does a good job against the formation and set, just in general? Well, I would say based off this, probably cover 3 match. Of course, you can be really great at beating like a cover 2 man because cover 2 man, the reason for that is that the only guy would probably be the tight end and the running back because the running back has a choice, like a block and release choice route. So he's either going to block based off if you're blitzing, and if you're not blitzing, they're just rushing the normal 3 or 4. They're going to block slightly and then go off for a route. I forget how it is, but the tight end possibly because he's got a option route down the field. But the thing is, you have 2 safeties. So even though the 2 safeties split, it's going to be tight most likely, unless your linebacker is just not that great in coverage. And you're going to be, like, if you're not usering, that's the way you can get beat. If you're not usering and you're just user in the middle, you're giving that up if you're using the tight end in man coverage. But most people aren't going to user anybody in man coverage to give somebody up. They'll usually do that, like, usually user, like, one of the, like, running backs in man coverage. You user the linebacker covering one of the running backs in man coverage instead of a tight end. I don't know. You could take your spots, I guess, take a risk. So play like that. It's not really great against man coverage, you know. So you mix in cover three match to if you're facing the other routes like whip routes, return routes, drive concepts, mesh concepts, level concepts, cover three match, and then you mix in some cover one man, some cover two man to kind of take that away. So you're kind of making it look like you're playing man all game, but you're still in zone some of the time with match cover three match. Let's see. So what do they got here? Bunch by nasty, but they actually don't have bunch verts. That's crazy to me. Wait a minute. Yeah, they don't have gun bunch. Maybe they have it out of empty or something. No, they don't even have it. So I can't even. I can't even get that, to be honest. So what's something another pass concept players will use? So this normal Y off close, right? The thing with this play is you got to know, okay, this is what I would do defensively. I would go to all plays and say, like, okay, they like the, let's say, for example, normal Y off close. Okay, what pass concepts do they have? Okay, they're having a lot of motion swing passes. They have so far screens, motion swing passes, stop routes, routes to the flats. So far, based off all these three plays, man coverage would shut it all down. Absolutely, everything would shut it all down. Cover two man would shut it all down. Now you keep going, and we say, okay, based off this, I'd say cover one man or cover three match would shut this down. So then you say, okay, they go in normal Y off, like not Y off close or whatever. Say cover one man, cover three match, and cover two man. And what does that actually do? Well, based off all those defenses, you have a one high look, and they're not going to know if it's cover three match or man coverage. Now, it's cover three match has man principles in it, so they can just say, like, okay, I'll just try to use plays that beat man coverage. But there's also the cover two man, and now you can try to say, okay, maybe I'll sparingly put in cover two invert hard flats or cover two invert, or I can go to a regular cover two hard flats or a cover three hard flats now at times, right? Based. So you have like 4 or 5 go-tos that you can use now. So not only am I not behind the 8 ball because I'm reading what formations they're using, what formations they're set, the personnel from the play call screen. Now I remember in practice, okay, here's my go-tos against this formation. There's cover one hole, there's cover two man, there's cover three match, there's cover three hard flats, there's cover two invert, there's cover two hard flats or Tampa two, stuff like that. And then you can mix in blitzes with those 1 or 2 high looks against those formations. Because they might think, okay, he's in man now. Oh shit, he went with a. They rotated from. They went from like 2 safeties to 1, and it's a blitz. I didn't see that coming, and now they got everything. So they have their original plan of attack, but they didn't know because they don't like they have the original plan, but they don't have backups. So you went to like a cover two invert blitz, and now all the things that they wanted to beat against men is covered, right? So that's what I'm. So those are the things with disguise and coverages. As you can see here, it's double slant, so it's crossers, normal Y off. But the one thing I noticed is that when players use normal Y off close or normal Y off, there's a play with the running back running a scissors route, corner route right here. And I got lucky at times, and for some reason, whenever they go to normal Y off, more likely than not, they're going with red zone scissors. And the reason why I would check into a cover three blitz where the strong safety is playing the curl flat is because the blitz is coming. It's still going to defend all deep routes, and if they're reading the right side and they're not reading the quick like um, dagger route inside, dig route or whatever, um, that they're going to miss it and they're not going to have anywhere to go and they're going to be sacked. They're going to force a throw and get intercepted, picked off. So you pick your spots like really good like situations like okay, so I know the personnel, the formation, and now the possible play, and now I have the down and distance. Let's say it's like 3rd and 15. Well, guess what? That same blitz that you called is going to cover every single deep route. So the deep comeback, the deep post, and all they're going to have left, they're going to take their time, go through their reads. They might get sacked, but the only thing you're giving up are the routes underneath. So it's just like it's reading their personnel, formation, and set from the play call screen, knowing what the down and distance is in the situation, and what they've been using earlier in the game. If they hot route, if they motion people, what they like to do out of it. Do they like to go to the motion receiver? Do they like to go to screens? Mix in certain things. Did they audible completely out of that set? You know, out of that formation, out of that look, and then you look at okay, what defense could possibly cover all those routes, you know, based off the alignment from their offensive formation and set. Like what defense can defend those routes? So I'll show you something like right here, red zone scissors.
Got it. Ready?
So I have a cover four, so cover four quarters. So based off that, usually the guys underneath are gonna drop back a little bit. So you'll have something maybe like the underneath routes and maybe the running back scissors against cover four quarters. But this is what you do. If you don't know how to stop a play, they look at the scissors I said, right? And the reason for that is the curl flat goes to play the flat. If you don't have a flat on the play, they go to play him. And sometimes offensively, it's like, it's tough when you're going in a game and you're thinking, like, do I have a flat on the play? Or you're just playing and you're thinking, oh, why didn't he get open? Because that gets open against cover four. Well, he didn't have a flat on the play, you know? And that shit sucks. Because when you're going through the motions playing in the game, you know, it's a 3rd and long, 4th and long. You're expecting that wide open, and it's not. So that's an example. But like I said, I'll go to not sure what formation it is. I'm pretty sure it's at a 3-3-5 penny, and it's a blitz. It's this corner blitz 3. Basically, it's going to cover the deep comeback. It's going to cover the deep post because they're both long developing routes. You got the curl flat on the left side to stop the curl, the comeback, and then the deep post is just too deep to try to get over with this blitzer coming. And then let's say it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20. Well, now you have a great play, or let's say it's 4th and 15. Now you have a great play that's going to force turnover on downs. And watch how this is played here. It's going to take away. Now this is where you can also say like user something from the D line or user from here. Okay, so that wait, this still played okay. That's a different defense. All right, that's a different defense. That still gave that up. All right, so which one is it? Yeah, this is the one. Corner blitz 2. Whoops, that's what it was. I guess you know. All right, so corner blitz 2. The reason is like I said, the safety needs to go play the curl flat. Now, actually, maybe what happened was that my opponent blocked the tight end, and there was no flat route. So that's why maybe earlier in the game you blitz a little bit, get them blocking guys. Well, you can see right there. No, it didn't matter. You can see. If we stay in the middle with our user, 3rd and 15, we're picking him off if he goes there. If he doesn't go there, he's taking a covered sack. If he goes to the running back, that's picked off. You can just tell. Right? I don't do anything with my user. That was just the CPU. I was switched on him, but that was just the CPU. So right here you see, okay, it's like they get this look. Now they're thinking, well, what are we going to do? Like, holy shit. 3rd and 15, we can't just use this freebie, throwing it up to him, right? He's the only, you could say, okay, we'll throw it to him, or we'll throw it to him. Like, no, you don't want to do that. It's going to get stopped. 4th and 15, turnover on downs. And no chance for a field goal, it's 4th down, stuff like that. But you want to take your spot and know that if you do take a risk, it's kind of like a low risk, high reward blitz, or a medium risk, high reward blitz, where even if they do beat the blitz, let's say we user this, maybe they somehow get it open, but they're not scoring a touchdown. They're not getting that 15 yards on 4th and 15, and it's a turnover on downs. You know, let's say this is covered. Where else is he going for 15 yards? You know, so those are like reading your opponent's personnel formation and set from the play call screen, and then reading the down and distance. And like I said, if you don't have much experience, you can learn in like a week. Literally just replay. What am I not good against covering? What formations am I not good covering? Right? Like I said, let's say you're not good at. Well, it sucks first that they want you to pick. All right, let's put cover 3 seam press. Cover 3 seam press. You mix it up. Let's see. Let's say they go with a deep defense, something like PA crossers, or let's say slot fade routes. Will be something good here. Maybe motion speed dig under.
Here we go, set.
All right. You know you're going to defend all deep routes here, so you just got to know what your user. You're limited, so you add another guy. Can't get them where you want, so let me see. If I do this, no. Okay, so I got to put him in the QB spot for that. Whatever. And you can even use a blitzer, and then back him up too for that. Remember to pass commit. Back out somebody. And look, see? I mean, he's taking off a bunch of shit. You can see, like, okay, we shored up our weakness. Our weakness is in the middle if they have any crossers. If they happen to have crossers. We know this play didn't really have crossers or many crossers. Didn't have any crossers at all. And that's just a lot of the times when you get them is when they don't have crossers too. Because you're defending all the routes. And yeah, they have checkdowns, but they're getting covered. So it's like when they're deep, using deep zone blitzes and try to add extra guys, or if you use a blitzer, come in and then back out. Like I said. I mean, look at that. It's a coverage sack. Imagine 4th and 15. It's now 4th and 30. Regardless, it's a turnover on downs. You see, I'm taking away all the deep routes. Go to that check down. It's 4th and 15. Turnover on downs if you go to it. Go to that crosser. Whether I cover it or not, it's a turnover on downs. So it's like, now he's got a rusher in his face. Can't even throw that deep over because there's a rusher in his face. And if he does throw this, it's getting sailed, and I'm picking it off with this guy, right? Because the ball's probably getting thrown like around here or here. I'm picking it off. I'm picking it off with him or him, right? So it's like they're trying to beat you deep with a team like the Dolphins. You pick your spots. Now, they are going to try to do stuff like still be smart and use mesh underneath if they know if you're using deep zone blitzes, but you still do it, you still adjust on the fly, just like they adjust on the fly. I mean, they're not going to have that deep post. They're not going to have that deep dagger behind it. If they go to that curl route to the tight end, it's a turnover on downs. If they go to the crosser, it's a turnover on downs. That corner route's covered. You see what I mean? It's like nothing would have been open on the play. It's when you know from practice, okay, what can I use? What coverage play can I use? Okay, cover 1, cover 2 man, cover 3 match, plays that don't have blitzes. Okay, then what kind of formations can I use? Can I use a base defense against 5 wide? 4 or 5 wide sparingly, maybe get a blitz on them, and when they don't expect it, can I match up with more DBs and bring a deep blitz? Can I, you know, give them an exotic look? Can I do this? Can I do that against this formation? What can I do against this formation? Like each play, each formation, there are alignments. There's certain defenses that will cover an offensive, uh, sets alignment, basically. Now you got cover three match. Cover three match. Let's see here. Obviously, you think a play like wheel. This is what you also tell yourself offensively. If you know yourself, when you're creating a custom playbook, would you want to use wheel inside curl? I would only use it if my opponent's like trying to go with a cover three blitz, because then that way I can audible to it or pick that play, and I got seams, verticals. I got the spot and the flat. But if somebody's playing cover twos, cover two man, most players are going to do that. I'll take it out of my play. I won't pick it. Blah blah blah. Just ask yourself what kind of player you are. Like, are you good with going through your reads on this play? Let's say mesh spot right here.
Ready?
So just got to know, like, okay, this is mesh spot, right? Regardless if it's the one with a corner or the one with a running back on a wheel, we want to take away the inside first and make sure that we have a defense that's going to take away those deep routes. If we have a defense that's going to take out the deep routes, that makes that makes it easy for us to now come down with, okay, what can we do now? Put a hard flats here. Now we got a Mabel on left side. Maybe we blitz somebody here and replace them like this, or take them back out. Now you got like, maybe it's a short down situation. It's like, oh shit, this what? Okay, maybe it's 4-3, turnover on downs. We still would have to we still would have to do our whatchamacallit, run fits here, whatever. You know, that's not really a good job. I don't really care. Hey, it's a, oh, he still caught it. Wow. Okay.
Let's go now.
That's what I'm saying. Like cover three matches, you could put cover three underneath. Okay. They see a blitz coming off the edge and from that linebacker. They think a certain way. Oh, he's taking it with now. So that's just like, okay, did we give up a big play? Did we give up a touchdown to the corner or a running back? No. So that's the whole thing. It's like if you can if you can limit touchdowns or big plays, and you can make them drive down the field while mixing it up constantly and only giving up maybe nickels, not even dimes, nickels, pennies underneath. Like that's why if you watch my last 3 games on defense, they're not able to get deep on me. Then they get a sack because I have like a cover three blitz that's covering all the deep routes that he wants to go to. He's not taking a check down, or I just happen to cover a check down, one of his check downs, and he takes a coverage sack or takes a sack because of the blitz. It's very hard to score that way. What would be another play here? Like verticals, cover two man is shutting that all down. Maybe just the vertical routes are getting open, but they would have to pass lead that. Once again, you see your opponent is able to do that, you know what kind of opponent you're facing. If they beat it once that way, then okay, adjust with it. Don't press. And then put them in a QB try instead of having to blitz. Like mix it up.
On the double.
And the reason I said don't press is because if it's not this formation, other formations like bunch, the vertical routes will be wide open. They'll get so wide open as soon as you. It forces because they play cover to man, playing outside tech, or usually supposed to be playing underneath. But so the vertical route forces them outside. They have inside. You can see right here they're playing outside technique, and that's why when they go vertical, you can hit those under the safety, and that's why I say kind of don't like maybe don't press. See another. I hate that they have you pick a play on defense first. I hate that because it's making me think like, okay, what play should I go with? All right, let's try Okie Eagle 3 here. So obviously it's a. Let me think. They would still rotate, so they're basically showing they're going to show too high, and they're gonna make it look like there's a safety blitz, but it's basically a regular 3D blitz concept just with a strong safety blitz. And so you know, what would that be good against? And that's just like trying to remember. Let's say a PA wide receiver in, because players like to stare down the whatchamacallit, the switch. I do, you know that. And then now you're just using, like, you're thinking, okay, maybe who's more likely to have a check down, the running back? Do you think there's going to be any crossers or any? Well, we kind of have that covered. Maybe there's a flat on the right side or something. You know, you just maybe we put him in a soft squat just in case. But we know there is no flat play there by that receiver, or by one of those. I don't think, if I remember correctly. Don't even remember what play I used. Like, it's risky. That was like really risky because, like I said, players will just read one side. But the thing is, like, they play that's a sub squat, so sometimes you'll be able to get that cover that, and you see what that did. Like, I'll take that every time. Like, as long as I don't give up a touchdown or a big play, I'll put that out there sparingly, especially if I think maybe it's not a switch concept or they're not going to read the right side. I don't remember once again what the play they had is. Let's say you user this guy here and just read the routes from the three guys on the right. Because we got man coverage, we got zone to cover anything the running back does, anything the receiver on the left does. So you're limiting, you know, they did a run, okay, came down for the run. Now we see the defense, okay, still got it. I thought they got me. I thought they were going somewhere else there. So you can see as a user, you're trying to limit like what you need to cover to defensively. So we know based off our own play art, our own defense is like, okay, we come down just in case. But if it's not a round down, it's not a situation to run the ball, you know, we're not going to go there. You see the drag is covered. Even if we didn't have a QB spy, that would have been covered. The deep dagger route's covered, right? It looked like whatchamacallit, this was open, and I hate that because I'll see that myself and I'll think, oh, he beat him. But it's the makeup speed and it's the throw. The throw doesn't get there. You need a high bullet for this to actually work. Looked like it just was a lob and it died. Now this time we can go with cover 2 sync because it has this pressure, so if they did run the ball, let's say, inside, we have something. Well, let's back these guys up and then press. Now give them that look there on the left side. So if they have an inside zone, we can shore this up a little bit. Just make sure they move guys in like this here. Now you don't want to be using the side where the cover the middle linebacker is going in the vert because you're leaving the middle of the field wide open. But let's just say they went with a inside zone play here. And same, let's say, cover 2 sink. Running back base here.
Here we go, set.
We're just going to press. We're just going to see how the, because we know what the play is, so we don't want to actually adjust and see how the play runs, how the play plays. So, I mean, but here's the thing. Even if I don't know the play, I'm thinking, I'm doing this just in case. I'm not playing. In cover 2, you don't really want to use her. Oh, that's why. It's on the left side. But you see when you did that, it didn't give it away. So that's a good thing. Plays that don't give away when you're audible. Great thing. Now look, watch this. See? That nickel blitz. I learned that not too long ago. Nickel blitzes. Zone nickel blitzes can help shut down, because the thing is, it's a play with pullers. They're going out to try to, guys are pulling to try to, block the offensive lineman, and then they're getting to the second level. There's no other defender. There's no other offensive lineman that's staying in the block or anybody staying in the block for this on-block nickel corner. They got front side pursuit because he's on the front side. Back side's here on that side. And then that's when you could say, okay, well, let's say we use this play for our offense. Well, let's say, like, okay, when do we not run the ball? Well, let's see, too high, or when do we? Too high, like that play didn't work because it was a nickel blitz. But let's say it's a regular cover 2. The reason why we would run this is because say, oh, if they have an actual, like, cover 2 defense here, instead of this guy having backside pursuit, we can now run something that gives us the ability to cut it to, like, go inside or have a counter, because he's just basically he's staying there, which actually does take away the counter, but you can make a move on him too. So it's always learning, like, okay, this defense, so now we have something on defense. Well, okay, well, how can we make this play better on offense? It didn't work out, but how will we make it better, right? Constantly learning on both sides of the ball. We learned something. We learned why a play on defense worked. How now we know we can use that defense in a game. We practice, and an opponent of ours used a play. What defense did we have? Okay, we can use that play on offense when we face that defense. So it's like constantly learning what works on offense, what works on defense. Not just running those plays on offense or defense, but sparingly using them. So now I'll do something else. So let's say there are 4 or 5 wide or something, 3, 4, 5 wide, and you're in a base defense. This is where you find out, is it worth it to go with a base defense or not? Well, let's see here. Based on certain, let's say, motion shock H-back option.
Ready, go. Get up.
So I shot him down using a base defense here. Usually I would say I wouldn't like putting a deep third to defend a slot fade route, so I don't know why that still worked. And it's probably because, I don't know. To be honest, I still don't know. Because usually, and it could be based off it's not like it's like an exotic look or something, I guess you could say. It's not like a regular, what you're typically known, what's typically like, your regular zone coverage. So, like, because if you put like let's say a cover 3 crash, or let's say even a regular cover 3, that's probably open now. Because it's a regular standard defense. That stop fade is now probably open. Okay, well, still not open. I don't. Holy shit. And that's funny. There was a game where I think I lost, or I still won close, but I wanted to use this play, but I accidentally picked another play, and they ended up scoring. because I wanted well, I wanted the other play. It's just called zone blitz. I think it's not called anything else. So this one, zone blitz. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so that's why, because they're not deep thirds. I forgot about that. I mean, it's like they are, but basically they're replacing the safeties. So it's like, the corners are playing the deep halves instead of deep thirds. Yeah, it's deep zones, but they're more like, yeah, that's the reason. But that still doesn't explain why a regular cover three. Maybe it's the formation. Maybe the responsibilities or um, what you call it, the principle from 4-4, which would make sense because you're trying to not. Because if you go to let's say you went to like nickel and went with a regular. I'm trying to get a regular cover three here. Damn, can't even find that. Everything's either a blitz or different. So let's try a 4-3, regular cover three, like a cover three guy or whatever. Yeah, we'll go against that.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, they do. I'd be shocked.
Ready.
That still works. I don't know. What the hell? Why is it still covered? Okay, so interesting. So is it when it? Oh, I think it might be when they're playing match coverages. That's probably why I beat them so many times. I see one high and it's cover three because they're playing cover three match. They're playing man principles, not zone, like not true zone principles. See, this is how you keep learning. Like, oh, how was I able to beat him? How was he able to beat me? How did I stop him? How did he stop me? Okay, this is why. So cover three match. See, I'm finding out. Cover three match, 4-3 under. It's gonna kill it. It's gonna kill it. Unless it has to deal with the corner at this point, but I doubt it. I've beaten Marlon Humphrey. It's got to be cover three match. That has to be why. Yep, there we go. Cover three match. What I tell you, killed it. Killed it. Now at first, holy shit. Now the way to read that, like back then and years ago, I would read this because I would want the slot fade, and I would see this right here, and I'd be like, oh, I'm already gone. I'm off of that. I'm going here. But you see right here, he just takes a couple steps back and lets him go. Plays that. So think about that experience, what experience does. So now you know, okay, cover three matches are the ones that give up the slot fades when it's one high because they're giving a cover three look, but they have to cover man. They have to cover in man, late basically. So man coverage principles, cover three to start. So like meaning they're getting to their drops, getting to their areas of the field that they're supposed to, but then they're going to match. They're going to have man principles, covering man downfield. And that's why a regular cover three covers the slot fade. So now you can say, okay, if we're facing 3-by-1, like spread formation, now we'll go to regular cover threes. So let's say, now this is why a regular cover three seam pass, it's covering the seam and it's still covering that slot fade. So if you're able to somehow shut down the checkdowns from this, then you're good to go. Assuming we got that here coming. Is he doing something there? See, he's over the top now. He's over. At least he's there. It's not wide open. And the reason is, if we play underneath, he's going to play the curl. I'll show you. If we put hard flats on him, he's going to play him, and that's given him, or I believe, yeah, it would still be at this point like only a corner route. I'll show you that later, obviously. Corner corner route would beat that defense on the right. But if the blitz comes in on block, no deep route, he's not going to have enough time. If it comes in on block, one of them come in on block. Keeps going to that. Come on.
Let's go.
Now I'll change it to where there's no slot fade, and they'll probably throw the corner this time. They'll throw the corner route. Play that has should be under this play here. Okay, right here, levels, right? I hate levels because they're going to want to throw to the damn levels, not the damn corner.
Here we go, shot.
So this is when I say try to shut down shut down the other stuff to see if it does a good job of actually covering it or not. It's not going to cover it because I'm purposely putting it in a hard flats. Tight end should be wide open.
Go.
Whoa. Well, I mean, if he has the time.
Ready.
Yeah. Wait, was there a play action or something? Is there a reason why he's coming on block? Okay. You see, for me, that's wide open because I'm hitting that every single time. I'm hitting that corner route every single time. I'm timing that perfectly. Oh, that's right. There's no flat throw there. I need to put a corner. That's why it would be wide open. But let's go to. So bad. Could we flip this? Yeah. Okay. Wait. No. All right. Well, there was a flat there, so let me see the replay again. Yeah, it's a deep blue, so once again, smash.
Here we go. Here we go.
Underneath here. And it might be because we're pressing. If we backed out, right? Then that's probably what's going to lead to the corner being wide open. Because we're pressing, it's slowing them. They're slowing their back pedal, so they're kind of. They lay that. They just, for some reason, why I don't understand why they would play, but that's how they play. That's how football's played. Not just like this. I don't understand why deep thirds play like that. Why would they get 20 yards deep down the field? Because you're susceptible to deep corner routes if a safety in curl flat plays underneath. Because you can see right here, yeah, if we have the time, check this out. He's about to be over here. By the time we make this throw, he'd be right here, right? And the safety would be right over here. So you're talking about from here to here, wide open. That's how open it would have been. And I've seen it. So I'll give him the time. This will take away the track downs underneath, and I'll also give him the time. So I need to do that again. Pass, contain, whatever. Look how wide open. Look at that. Not only that, he's in the back of the end zone. That's what I'm talking about. So you have to sparingly play hard flats. Sparingly. And if you are, use her that deep third corner. And just go back. So I would say you would use her this corner and just make sure that you're covering everything deep. But as soon as you see him breaking, you come down. Because we have help over here. He's not going to run another corner route. We have help here. If he runs an out route, okay, fine, Because what? That takes another read. That takes an extra second or more to see that for them. Did he still not throw that? Wait a minute, what happened on that play? What ended up happening? Seriously? Oh my God, he ended up taking off. Oh my God. Okay, maybe he's reading the left side here. Reading the left side. Taking too long on the left side, and then reading the middle. And then by the time he wants to, I don't know why he would take off. He's the worst quarterback in the game. So not the game, but the worst non-free agent quarterback. Meaning the worst quarterback that's currently on a team. That's why he took off instead of like finding the open guy. And then one thing I also realized, if you put a double safety blitz, it may not work against the computer or your opponent at times, but if you're in a spread, okay, let's say you're not getting that look, right? Man, I wish they didn't give that look. A lot of the times they don't give that look away when I play online. Maybe I need to not go like empty, something else, but not empty. Let's go dagger here.
Come on, set.
Damn, it's still coming down. God damn. Got to do it out of another play, like nickel or something. Or base. Nah, that would probably be worse.
Set up.
Okay, so one usually comes down. That's not a clear indicator of a cover zero at times.
Set up.
Okay, so that time it didn't do what I wanted it. What I mean is, when I figured out in practice, I'm like, why? Because I'm never worried. I said I'm never worried about like outside corner blitzes or safety blitzes. I will be worried about nickel blitzes, but the reason I'm not afraid of safety blitzes or outside corner blitzes is because they're coming from a lot of depth. So, but then I was playing in practice the other day, like a week ago or something, almost a week ago, and I'm seeing that our centers are just leaving the nose tackle coming free almost every time there's a double safety blitz. And wouldn't you want your offensive line to first block their immediate threat, because that's what they're taught to block? But apparently, because if they did that, it'd be fine, right? Just like this. So the computer probably uses a base blocking adjustment, but I'll show you what happens if I play on offense. I'll flip it. I'll put my controller on the Bills. So basically, I just pick that. I'll turn out so I can be on the Bills now on offense. So I'll pick whatever play, dagger, against that two safeties. If I don't do anything with my blocking adjustments, okay, let's say we didn't see him coming. We didn't adjust, nothing. Okay, watch the center, or sometimes it didn't happen there. But you see, they're more, so the safeties don't even have to come in. Like, they're getting bull rush, they're doing everything to try to get to the quarterback. So it's like the D-line plays more aggressively. I guess maybe it's a mindset knowing that, okay, if the safeties don't come because they're coming from depth, we have to play aggressively. So, but that's not the only thing. I'll do it again and not do anything with my blocking adjustments again. Try to see if they can disguise the look or something. I want double safeties. That'll disguise. Okay.
Here we go, set.
Ah, God, it almost worked.
Go.
Okay, so I just put it. It's not working now, but you can still see the defensive line play aggressively and get there within 2 seconds, which has nothing to do with the. Because in my opinion, if I'm the offensive line, I'm like, well, it's probably because of free safeties down there, right? So obviously it's gonna. But you see, like, if you go with a regular, like, four-man rush, the DN right here is not trying to win on an inside move. He's coming the same way he's coming, right? Like, he's gonna rush outside, but now he takes an inside rush, and it makes you wonder why. It makes you wonder because of the play call that you picked, that the D line is playing more aggressively. They're trying to do everything to get to the quarterback. And like I said, it's probably because they know they're in man coverage. Any cover zero, I think the D line plays aggressively. You still would have had enough time. I just, like I said, I wanted to not throw the ball to see what happens. Once again, it's not doing what it did the other day. Let's see, maybe.
Ready.
Now, strong safety is coming down. Now, obviously, we can maybe hot route something.
Go street.
No, not hot route. I mean,
Riggs,
motion somebody
Riggs.
to make the other
Street.
guy come down instead. No. I don't know why some plays they don't come down. They disguise the look. So maybe and try this.
Ready.
Still coming down. I don't know why they're not disguising that double safety look. Maybe it's because I was on defense, but still, like, makes no sense. Concept, man blitz, man blitz. Strike 4-3 safety blitz.
Here we go.
Okay, so it's under base defense. I forgot that because I did say that to myself. It's base defenses. I didn't know why. In my opinion at the time, it made sense because I thought it's probably because they're in a base. You're 3-4 wide or whatever. They are not matched up, meaning they don't have enough to cover. They would only have enough to cover if they were in cover ones, cover two man, whatever. But because you're base, it makes sense. 3 wide receivers or more, they're gonna try to disguise when they're not matching up, you know. Basically. Okay, now I'm not gonna do anything with my blocking adjustments. And the other day, like the center or one of the guards, it was basically the center, I believe, 66, left the guy way open. Okay, didn't happen. And I'm not doing that to like get a nano blitz or whatever, but it just happened that way.
Set go.
Still not. But who ended up coming in though? Let me see. Okay, so the strong safety ended up coming up. All right. The funny thing is, if he's down lower in the box, the offensive line detects him and he doesn't come free.
Now.
There's way too much time to get the ball. So, you know, I'm just saying, I'm just putting this out there because that should not happen. Just because there's a double safety blitz, like both safeties are blitzing, what happened to me less than a week ago in practice should not have happened. Should not. It's like they're detecting it better now, but the other day it basically left them. Basically, what I saw happen almost a week ago in practice, he do this, and you see how he's going to double him. He would go and double him, actually go and double him. Um, like basically both these guys, 66 and 64, would leave this nose tackle wide open just because a double safety blitz was called on defense. Like it was bullshit, and they got me a couple times. Like the computer got me a couple times, and because I would play the computer in the game, and they would get me because of it. So I would have a deep, you know, it'd be 3rd and 15, and you have no choice but to call deep routes, you know, or 4th and 15, whatever the case. You have no choice but to try to have a little time and go deep. But then you learn, oh, base defense. That's what it was. That's what it was. Spread. I forgot. So 4-3. I remember now. All right. So we'll go with like an empty, basically, like an empty. Just remember, empty smash versus the 4-3. Something like I said should not work, should not happen, but it did.
Come on.
If you don't use a base blocking adjustment, one of them will, you'll see. Didn't happen. But if you do see how easier it was, though, they're playing aggressively. But see, they're still they're not happening now. What the hell's going on?
On the ready.
It's strange. It is so weird. It's almost like the default blocking adjustments gave base. So let's say maybe it was because I used another. I didn't like double team. I didn't use a full side, a half side. I didn't do nothing. Maybe let me see if it was empty. That's probably what it was. Still not. I didn't do any of those things. I even did it in practice.
Let's go.
I'm trying to play guys because if it does work, it's going to work.
Ready. Here we go. Set.
The routes and not deeper routes. I don't know. Sometimes that does matter too. So let's try stick. I never use stick, but let's just do that.
Ready.
I don't actually have stick in my playbook. I don't believe so. Okay. So it doesn't matter. They're detecting it. They're blocking up the nose tackle. Didn't come in unblocked anymore. Wow. I mean, I like the fact that, but what happens again, I play against CPU in a game or my opponent calls that play and, then it doesn't get detected and I get sacked because the nose tackle in a crucial situation gets unblocked completely.
Go!
Hold it up, I don't understand. Try this is a different spot on the field.
Let's go now. Ready.
Nope. I mean, they're really fighting to really make sure they're not coming in first. Yeah, I like that. That's what I want. That's where it was. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the shit I'm talking about. And it happened, and I went and practiced to see if it happened. It was like 4 out of 5 times they were doing it, and now it's just like 1 out of 10, which is great, but still, it should never happen. You can see, like, it should never happen. And the left guard, for some reason, is going out to play. That's what happened. Like I said, the left guard and center, the guards and center, look, they're blocking as if they're blocking for a run play, not a pass play. What are they doing? Again, no adjustments. Same thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. You can't even throw a stick. You can't even throw a slant. And it has nothing to do. See, it has nothing to do with the play call, because double safety blitz. A double safety blitz should never make the offensive line block this way, because your principles are always to block the first threat, which is the guys directly across from them, the defensive line. But instead, because they have a blitz coming towards them, they're changing they're trying to switch off to other guys. You're not picking that off. You're not picking up that blitz if you're going to play it that way. But now this time he's jumping over him because he's still probably trying to get in position to block the free safety. So now we went from like how many times of it not happening to now nonstop. So imagine if you got that to win a game. That would be fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, I did it maybe like 4 or 6 times. I didn't get it, but not in the game. But like, if it worked, I wouldn't be spamming it. Like if I faced like a cocky, player, try hard, scum player, that played a certain way, then I'm mixing it up a little bit and using that. But other than that, no. That time blocked up. You can see. Okay, blocked up again. Try to get sometimes I don't fully press the button or whatever. Back shoulder, or actually, well, the way to get the back shoulder is like cranking it to the right, kind of like 4 o'clock. Okay. Too quick there because I saw the line to see if they were trying to get in or not. right now. It's a little more downfield.
Ready,
That way,
ready.
maybe like where to get to the 50,
Ready.
5. But you see, okay, see, I was gonna get a back shoulder right there. So like if they did do that,
Ready,
that would be my only answer against that. That would be my only answer. I would go screens. I would go maybe hitches, maybe seam passes at that point. You know, so you can see backs turned every time I have a catch.
Set. Put.
I'm throwing that without even looking. Blindly. Bro.
Let's go
Oh,
now.
okay.
Go.
Okay, not even looking. Let's see. Yep. Close one. So I got a touchdown, not even looking. It's a timing thing. You can literally throw in your sleep, throw with your eyes closed.
Down. Ready.
Again, second. Maybe not. You can still get it like there too. Eyes closed.
Ready, ready. Set up. Come on. Hut, hut.
Imagine if players found this out. I'm sure they did find that out. Like that defensive play at
Ready up.
times. Who knows? Maybe you can make it even better, and I don't know. Move your guys on the D line, spread them, or pinch them and back them out. I mean, spread them, and then maybe that'll cause an issue with leaving them on block again. And then players would do that and probably think, oh, we're getting our quarterback to get the ball out quick. Now we're going to go to cover 2 hard flats, or we're going to go to something with a strong safety like cover 3, cover 6 invert, or the cover 2 invert with it's hard flat cover 2 invert, or a disguise like a cover 3. Let's see, a cover 3 blitz with the safety playing pro flat 2, something like that, to kind of play, so to kind of blitz and take away like this type of stick play.
Ready. Set up. Cougar 19.
Do that really too. Ah, that's fucked up. You should not get open on him that easily. No.
Set. Ready.
I'm actually throwing it like try to get a back shoulder, and he actually badly. That's what I want to do.
Ready. Break.
But you're only doing it sparingly.
Going.
I want you guys to play lazy and look for that stuff, because you know it's man coverage. You're never going to be able to pick it up. It's only like if you really fucked up
70
with
Timberwolves.
the timing that they're going to have any chance to pick
Ready,
it up.
ready.
They're always going to bat it down, never pick it up, because they're not going to be able to turn back and pick it up.
Cowboy.
You got it right. Ooh.
Here we go. Set. Viking 8.
Some players will spam something like that against cover 0 because it's a double move, and the linebacker or whoever in coverage does not know what it's coming. So you could throw it like there, drop, but you could literally just throw it like however you want.
Panther 6.
Like pass lead underneath, doesn't matter. Bullet with no pass lead doesn't
Okay,
matter.
ready?
Lob, you might have an issue with that.
70 line.
Actually, lob might actually be better. On the deeper ones,
Here we
lobs
go,
are
here we
usually
go.
better.
18
Like if
call.
this was deeper, it'd be better.
Set. 60
So once again, they're not letting the nose tackle come in free, or interior
Let's go now.
D lineman come in free.
Hut. On the set.
Stop that. So this is why I hate man players right here. I'm sorry to even say the word hate, but can't stand them. They're lazy, and you wonder why. Right? Something like double pivot from gun empty, right? Let's say cover 4 quarters. Does that stop it? No. The reason for that is that one may stop, the crow flat may stop it on one side, but not the other side. See how it's on the other side. See, coverage does a better job covering it on the left side. And then you also have a comeback. You have a dagger route by Kincaid or deep over route, kind of banana route. Take too long, but do your base blocking adjustment here for that. See what I'm saying? I mean, and look at the yards after the catch too. From quarters. From quarters, mind you. It's not even safe to play cover 4 quarters against these players. You're giving that up with yards after the catch. What? You're just waiting. Look at this. Or look at this bullshit. Now here. I know it easily would stop it, but you know, I'm just showing you guys how maybe like 70-80% of the playbook wouldn't stop play like this. Now you're picking up 15 to 20 yards on third down, or now it's 4th and 3, 4th and 5. Oh, great, you know, great. Now we got a comeback. 2, if the time's there, they cover everything underneath. I got a post and a comeback. One of the most freaking ridiculous things I've ever seen. And this is a stock play. You can thank Madden for this. Oh, I throw that quick.
Here we go.
That's Madden for you. Well, that's Madden for you. If I have the time, nobody's open underneath. Boom, post. If I don't have the post, come back. I'm going through my reads. Alright, for that time. And then they'll do this too. And now it's man coverage. Right? Nothing's open. It looks like every offensive line is starting to break down. Take off. Nobody open once again. Boom. How easy is that? And you're going to tell me you're the GOAT, you're him, you're that, you're great. Oh, come on. And because if I don't defend it, I suck, I'm trash, but you're better than me? No, I'm not defending it on purpose. When you have a play like this, if they're going to, obviously they're empty, right, out of that. So they're empty. Now, there's probably like a QB power out of it, but that's fine. No biggie. But, all right, run it. Let's see. That was shallow. Was it shallow cross? No, it was double pivot. Whatever, shallow. See, they'll mix in double pivot with double cross or whatever. All right. Now, obviously, if you try to cover it with cover 3, you'll stop the deeper routes, but you'll give up if they hot route a seam or a post somewhere else, But let's try to go. Let's try cover 3 blitzes. It's a cover 3. It's a blitz from the second level defenders. Like I said, second level defenders are linebackers. Oh, it's me. Okay. I'll just let it play out. I won't throw it anywhere. Now, let's say they're not looking in the crossers. They're trying to look deep based off your looking. Let's say they're trying to say, oh, I want to post. My eyes are there first. You could have it. Let's say they want to just stare down a comeback and not look to any of the routes. But here's the thing. Most, try-hard scum online, all they're doing is reading these guys. This is all they're doing. Is he open or is he open? And that is it. Is this open? No? Okay. Read this. Boom. I'm him. I'm that. I'm GOAT. I'm goated. I'm the greatest. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you'd be on a Wheaties box. Come on. Like, seriously, that makes you great. That makes you great. And then you mix in a little run, mix in a screen, an RPO, maybe a sprint bootleg out of that. If there was a running back in the backfield, like that makes you great. That makes you goated. That makes you him. Makes you all that. That makes you better than me, better than anybody else. No. It doesn't matter if it was man coverage. It don't matter. No degree of difficulty. And now you shut them down, 1 or 2 drives, they quit. If you don't stop them, oh, they're the best. If you shut them down 2 drives, they quit. You tell me if they deserve to have a name like that. Like, I don't care what you call yourself, but you got to back it up.
Got it. Ready?
not play like shit. Even if they score 80 points a game, if you're playing like that, you're not goated.
Check go.
Now we hot route to a stick. Another play that is hard to defend.
Set.
So they mix it up, run, pass, RPO, play action, pivot, double cross, stick, slants, maybe PA crossers, maybe there's a jailbreak screen here somewhere. Who knows? Oh, you got QB draw,
Hawk
right?
70. Hawk 70.
Soft box QB draw. Let's read it out here. Right, that's Lamar. He's out. He's got a touchdown.
Let's go. Go.
Got that too. Is that easy? Okay, you want to read the right side? Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest there ever was.
Here we go. Shot.
Yeah. 99.9% of players don't do that too. I'm the greatest. I'm the only one doing that. Right. Now let's read the left side. Oh. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Nobody can stop me.
Ready?
Wow. I'm so good.
Count 19. Count
That makes me so good. And you wonder why people call me a bad winner and a sore loser. Because I'm not willing to do that garbage. But I'm also not trying to stop them. So then they tell me I suck or I'm trash. And they're actually the ones who are garbage. Because they result to that shit. I'm out.